Greetings, Legunus. Arendelft here. So, I was just at the makerspace showing off a crap ton of my 3D printed stuff, and I made a story behind this whole setup, this battle scene, and I'm going to go ahead and describe that for you now. So, this is a force of Legunus who landed on this world, which was lost during the Age of Strife and was not recovered. This world had numerous things on it of certain value. It would be a small treasure trove to anyone, and having just been discovered by Legunus, they have been trying to catalog it when they found records of a disassembled Warlord class Titan here. And Legunus, not having anything approaching a Warlord class Titan, is extremely eager to get their hands on one. They approach the area where pieces of the Warlord class Titan, I'm just going to say Titan from here on in, where the Titan are supposed to be, except they do have codes that they've deciphered to disable automated defenses, but the automated defenses in this section are not responding to them. So as they land here, the defenses immediately start attacking them, and their Thunderbolt. This Thunderbolt here took damage and had to make an emergency landing here. This artillery piece normally would be much further away, but they were up close before they realized that things were getting so hairy. And yeah, they advanced through these fortifications to take on automated defenses here. This emplacement right here has been firing missiles on them. Now that they're up close to it, it can't fire point-blank range missiles on them, but it's still firing on their forces from afar. So, they've got this Space Marine right here is trying to protect this guy while he deactivates it via this console right here. I know the filament's black, so it's a little bit harder to see this. I apologize for that. Plus, they just secured the lower leg of the Titan right here. So, without the toe assembly. They've got one of the toes right here, but yeah, just sitting right there. Their damaged Land Raider and the rest of their force, after suffering some casualties against the automated defenses, is now advancing on this giant plasma turret right here. Let me see if I can get the camera to allow more light in. There we go. That's too much. Okay. Alright, now you can actually see the black. Though everything else is going to be difficult to see now. Here, I'll come back to the missile turret. That's what the missile turret actually looks like. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, so they're advancing on this giant plasma cannon tower, which is actually, at this point in time, turned to fire on the oncoming Baneblade over there. And so, they've already suffered some casualties. Several Space Marines are down. Some of their Ogren troopers are down. One died on the way over here. You know, it takes a lot to take down an Ogren. And then a whole upper half of an Ogren is gone here. So 2 Space Marines, another 2 Ogren, and they've got one of their Legunus' version of the Custodes. And they're all charging this tower. And notices that there's these weird ramshackle defenses on the tower. Like this right here. It's a couple of twin las cannons just propped up on this. And it's just ramshackle. There's these 2 hurricane bolters missing the 3rd combo in there. And all this. And they're like, what's going on here? This is supposed to be technology lost during the Age of Strife. What is this? You know, this looks like crap, but the tower itself is fully functional and firing on them, but the Baneblade is drawing most of the fire. So the 2 are exchanging blows while the rest of the infantry advances to either enter the complex, the facility here, or to hopefully fight their way inside the bunker and disable the tower, whichever one happens first. The Leman Russ firing off shots, the Baneblade firing everything it has, and the tower just taking it. Not to mention the damaged Land Raider. Anyway, inside the facility, Tech Thalion, he is one of the Custodi, Legunus' version of the Custodes, has snuck inside the facility. He was badly wounded by the automated defenses and he had a whole arm blown off. But as he finished sneaking inside the facility, he found the root of the problem. There was an orc that is extremely tech savvy that got into the facility's defenses and somehow corrupted them so they'll only work for him. And he's now trying to get into the manifold of the Warlord Titan and corrupt it too, so that it only works for him. And even wounded as he is, he now knows that he has to stop this orc at all costs, because if he fails, it's possible the orc might successfully corrupt the manifolds before the rest of the forces can disable the rest of the facility's defenses and get to him. So, in this final battle, he'll get to decide whether or not he can stop the orc before he corrupts the manifold. Because if the manifold is corrupted, Legunus won't be able to use the Titan, at least nowhere near its actual meant capacity. A Titan without manifold is no Titan at all. And I'm sorry if I'm getting the manifold wrong. I know there's an official term for the artificial intelligence inside of a Titan. I think it's called manifold, but it's been a while since I read Titanicus. But in any case, yes, that is the story behind this whole setup. Legunus landing on this world under command of Tecthelion to attempt to salvage this disassembled Warlord Titan. And in this area, they have found both a leg and a head to the Titan. And they're attempting, to break into the facility, and Tecthelion is attempting to stop this orc once and for all, already in his wounded state. So whether he'll be able to take it on or not, a cunning orc such as this will be no easy opponent. In any case, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. That's the story. I hope you very much enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Anyway, don't get into too much trouble or do. It's always up to you. Toodles.